Welcome to the Weekly Report. I'm Jimmy Walker with the KCFD. Winter is some of the busiest time of the year for the Kansas City Fire Department when it comes to fighting fires. We've got a few tips to keep you and your family safe this time of year. One, make sure you use space heaters properly. Never plug them into an extension cord. Make sure you plug them directly in the wall. You want to keep everything that's flammable at least 3 feet away from it. You know, candles. That's another one we see a lot of fires caused by candles this time of year. Never ever leave them unattended. You want to make sure you keep them out of the reach of children and pets, and make sure they're at least 1 to 2 feet away from anything that might burn. The number one thing that you can do to keep your family safe is to get smoke detectors. The Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department provides free smoke detectors, including hearing impaired smoke detectors, to all residents of Kansas City. We will provide you with a smoke detector for every level of your house, which meets all of these safety recommendations out there. And if you need help installing them, we'll come out, we'll install them for you, and we'll give you some literature on fire safety to help keep you and your family safe all the time of year. The recent snowstorms took a toll on trees across the city. City crews were dispatched to help residents get rid of all the down branches.
We're asking residents of Kansas City to contact the 311 center by Thursday, January 24th to get their address on a list for a collection. We want all branches out on the streets by 6 a.m. on Monday, January 28th. We did this for a number of reasons. There's a lot of branches down in backyards, side yards. We've anticipated another snow event, so we want to give time for people to get their yards cleaned up and brought to the curb. It also allows us to use the 2 weeks, this period before the special collection starts, to clean up city trees. We've had several hundred city trees that have been damaged, so our crews right now are busy cleaning up city trees that have damage. So we want to get those issues resolved before we do the residential collection beginning January 28th. We think that collection will take a couple of weeks, but we want all the limbs out there by the 28th, so the quicker we can get through that, the better off it'll be. We will be suspending bulky item collection for those 2 weeks beginning January 28th because the crews that normally do bulky item collection will be the ones helping the Parks Department with storm debris removal. So I want to let people know that. They will get a notification from 311 on a reschedule for their bulky item collection, but those will be suspended for beginning January 28th for the duration of the special collection.
If you miss making an appointment for curbside pickup, you can drop off your branches at any of the city's drop-off sites. The fees have been waived for Monday through Friday drop-off from now until February 9th. The sites are located at 11660 North Main, 1815 North Shoto Trafficway, and 10301 Raytown Road. Go to kcmo.gov for more info. KCFD wants you to stay safe when you're out shoveling snow or when you're driving your car around the mess. Be sure to wear warm clothing in layers, including a hat, scarf, and gloves to prevent frostbite. Also, be careful when shoveling snow. If you have people around you that need help shoveling, be a good neighbor and help them out. Remember to pace yourself when you're out shoveling snow. We see an increase of heart attacks with hard activity like shoveling snow, so we want to see you, but we don't want to see you in the back of one of our ambulances. Hey, the next time you come to City Hall, you notice some changes in how the elevators operate. The upgrades now meet ADA standards, and the new touchscreens on every floor make them more efficient. Just select the floor you want on the touchscreen, and you'll be assigned an elevator. This results in fewer stops and quicker elevator rides. A new button also assists riders with visual or hearing impairments. The improvements were funded by the voter-approved Go KC bonds. Now stay tuned for a video about how to keep you and your passengers safe in a car this winter, along with some other great videos from your city. I'm Jimmy Walker with the Weekly Report. Stay safe, Kansas City.
Being prepared isn't just the Scout motto. It is good advice for anyone, especially for you and your car during the winter months. A winter car safety kit can help you deal with almost any situation if your car breaks down or you get stuck. The kit should include a flashlight with extra batteries, a first aid kit, necessary medications, blankets and sleeping bags, extra mittens or gloves, socks, a warm cap and rain gear, a small sack of sand or kitty litter to use for traction under your wheels, a small shovel, booster cables, Small tools like pliers, a wrench or screwdriver, a brightly colored cloth to use as a flag, non-perishable foods, and bottled water. A well-stocked emergency kit can help you and your passengers face unexpected challenges. You can't prepare for every possibility, but kits like these can help drivers solve problems, reach out for assistance, and keep you and your passengers safe. To watch additional videos about other city services, visit kcmo.gov and click Channel 2 to find all of our great videos.
Dozens of law enforcement officers from 32 agencies in the Kansas City metropolitan area are now equipped with new bulletproof vests, helmets, and safety kits. The money for nearly 200 vests was donated during the Back to Blue telethon on Fox 4 last fall. Shield 616, a nonprofit organization based in Colorado Springs, was responsible for handing out the equipment and bringing the donors and recipients together at the Kansas City Regional Police Academy. Jake Skifstad is the founder and president of Shield 616.
As we asked the local community if they would be willing to help fundraise for what we have as active shooter kits. You see them behind me here. And what this is meant to do is protect our law enforcement specifically against rifle threats. A lot of the community doesn't realize that our officers, when they're out there, those soft vests that they wear under their uniform are only designed to stop handgun calibers. And so we expect them to protect us from whatever threat we're coming up against, and that might involve a rifle. And so we want to make sure that we are protecting our protectors and that they can go handle that situation, but give them a better chance to go home at the end of their shift.
Not every person who received a vest was a law enforcement officer. KCPD spokesman Sergeant Jake Bakina explains.
Yeah, the only KCPD recipients are our volunteer chaplains. Because they are auxiliary volunteers, we are not able to purchase equipment for them from our department budget. So, you know, we asked Shield 616 and Fox 4 to raise funds for that, and they did. They came through with enough vests for all of our chaplains. So our chaplains will be out on ride-alongs, and they will be, wearing these vests as well, and they'll be protected.
The vests represent a savings of thousands of dollars for police agencies in smaller communities.
This kit right here that we're giving is $1,200, and retail it's closer to $2,500, and so that's why it's so hard for these agencies to be able to afford this gear. But for a lot of people, especially when you get thousands involved, it all adds up, and we get to see that right here, and we're giving away 180 of these to those 32 different agencies scattered across these great states.
The protective vest and its contents are designed to take a hit.
And on the inside of these vests is the rifle-rated ballistic plates. Obviously this goes right on the inside in a pouch, and it sits just like that, both in the front and the back, and it protects me from those threats if it's involving rifles. And this plate here is the same plate that the officers get, but this one's obviously been test fired and shot on. This plate has been shot 10 different times from 1 foot away from all these different rifle calibers. So we have 3 rounds from an AR-15 platform, we have 3 rounds from AK-47, and then we also have 308, 300 Savage, and 30-06. And 30-30, again, all shot from 1 foot away on the same plate. And as you can see behind me, nothing went through.
In addition, each officer received a toolkit with the vest containing other life-saving equipment.
Also on the vest, we have some pouches that attach to the front, and one of the things that we also include is a gunshot wound trauma kit. And this is specifically designed to try and buy about 7 more minutes for us to help treat that officer, help treat that civilian, get him out of the hot zone and get him to a waiting ambulance. And so this has got things like quick clot, a tourniquet, a chest seal, combat gauze. It's truly designed as a gunshot wound trauma kit to slow down that bleeding. And so every single officer not only gets the better protection, but we also give them this kit that, God forbid, if they're shot or they're trying to help somebody that has been shot, they're able to treat them and try and buy a little bit more time.
First responders were fitted with the vest for comfort and safety. KCPD was proud to host the event.
Yeah, when they approached us to host this event, I mean, it was a logical solution. We have the facilities, we're centrally located. We are so fortunate here at KCPD that we have equipment purchased for us. You know, every 5 years I get a new vest. I don't even have to think about it. It's the least we can do as an agency that has the resources to take care of our officers like that. It's the least we can do to host this event so that other agencies, other smaller agencies that maybe can't afford it, can, you know, benefit from this fundraising event. Every one of these vests could be the difference between between life and death for the officer that's wearing it. So it's just, we're very proud to be able to host it.
If you are interested in making a donation, visit shield616.org. I'm Officer Mike Moats, and have a safe week.
So here at the Kansas City Zoo, we have 3 cheetahs. 2 of our younger cheetahs, Viserion and Regal, they were from Fossil Room, Texas Zoo. We got them last January, February. And we've had Gigi here for a while. She is our almost 13-year-old cheetah. She is actually retired, so she goes on exhibit at night, or typically when there aren't very many people. She is also from Fossil Room. So our cheetahs are pretty vastly different. So I know looking at cheetahs, all of our animals kind of look the same, but if you look closely, especially at their faces, you can tell them apart. Now Regal, he's our smallest of the brothers. He has a lot of dark coloration around his face, and around his neck, and around his eyes. And Viserion, he's just so much bigger in stature. He's a little thicker too. He's a lot more golden as well. So Viserion, very light, a lot bigger. And Regal, he's smaller, more streamlined and lean, like a classic cheetah, and a little darker. So cheetahs in the wild are gonna eat gazelles, impala, hoofstocks, animals like that. But here at the zoo, we give them a zoological ground meat diet. They also get a lot of different enrichment items, so buckets, boxes, things like that. Things that are fun for them to tear and get into. We'll do different scents from different animals around the zoo as well. Try to do something different so they don't have the same day every day. Try to change up their environment. Now we got some new toys and our zip line from our sponsors at iMart Express that we were very thankful for. We were able to purchase some of those items, and our cheetahs love them. And it really does improve their day-to-day life. We want them to be as stimulated as possible. We don't want them being bored. A lot of times when animals are bored, they'll either overgroom themselves, they'll fight with each other, but we like to keep them very stimulated here at the Kansas City Zoo.
Hidden beneath the railroad tracks near Union Station and the Freight House District parking lot is a giant sewer main. It's 6 feet tall, made of bricks that were hand-laid, and was built in 1883. After more than 130 years, it needs to be fixed.
This right here that we're doing right now is 72 to 76 transition into 76 inch.
But instead of tearing up the roads and disrupting rail traffic, both of which are costly options, KC Water is using technology to get the job done underground. Kwa Huynh is the project manager.
We are using a trenchless technology, which is called cure-in-place pipe. The purpose of this project is to extend the life of the existing brick sewer that collects both storm and wastewater.
Crews begin at a manhole, in this case a very large manhole, and feed a felt liner through the pipe. This pipe section is more than 600 feet long, so there's a truckload of liner. They fill the liner with resin, then ever so slowly and carefully push it through. It's a slow process. It moves only about 1 foot every 4 minutes. This is technology that is used on smaller pipes as well. Again, instead of tearing up the road, crews thread the liner through an open manhole to the next manhole. Once in place, the liner is cured with either steam or hot water, and it becomes as strong as a new PVC pipe. Then it's ready for another 50 to 75 years at least. It saves money and time and reduces the impact on customers. This process is yet another example of how KC Water is using innovative technology to save customers millions of dollars to renew underground infrastructure critical to today's customers and future generations. The work taking place in the parking lot of Lydia's restaurant is a major part of a Crossroads area sewer main and manhole rehabilitation project that essentially runs from Truman Road to the KC Terminal Railway tracks near Union Station. This will extend the life of the sewer mains in this area and help prevent sewer backups.